Now to The Great White Way and a much-loved legend making a comeback. The musical, A Chorus Line, is heading back to Broadway after an absence of more than 15 years. So does the old magic still hold up? Is this show the Broadway version of reality TV? ABC's John Berman has a new installment of our occasional series on Broadway.
Kick, 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 touch. Again, step, kick, kick.
Sound familiar? It should. For 6,137 shows, A Chorus Line was the talk of the town. It closed in 1990 after a 15-year run. At the time, the longest run ever.
Kick, touch. Got it?
But now this show for Broadway and about Broadway is back on Broadway.
This was the original kind of, in a sense, reality show on stage. You were getting an inside look at what it's like to be a performer in theater and go through an audition process.
Was this the 1970s version of American Idol? It follows 17 dancers trying desperately to get a role in the chorus of a Broadway show.
God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it.
Just a part, any part.
I need this job. Oh, God. I need this show.
The whole idea came from a workshop in the early 1970s, with actors and dancers telling their life stories.
I was born on a full moon in Herculaneum, Missouri.
Bearing their souls, real stories, and sometimes raw.
And a voice from down at the bottom of my soul came up to the top of my head. And a voice from down at the bottom of my soul, hear this one said, this man is nothing. This chorus is nothing.
The legendary director and choreographer Michael Bennett used these stories, crafting a chorus line to illustrate that metaphorical line between desperation and hope. Composer Marvin Hamlisch.
One day, Michael took a piece of chalk and put a line at the rehearsal hall and said, now this is the line. This precarious shift between desperation and you got it. That's the distance of that line. And that's what the whole show is about. You're this far away from either one. I'm
wearing clothes, but I feel naked up there sometimes because you can't, put on a little mustache, a little hat, cover yourself up and be a little comedy character, something like. You have to stand there. I stand there in a t-shirt and jeans and I talk.
Jeffrey Schechter plays Mike, the first of the dancers called on to tell his life story. In his case, why he started dancing.
I'm watching Cisco pit-a-pat. Said, I can do that. I can do that.
Like so many actors, Jeffrey has a real connection to the show.
My I Can Do That story was, I saw the movie Saturday Night Fever, and I literally was watching the movie going, okay, this guy is a badass. I could shake my pelvis and do those things and have women begging to be with me. I want to do that.
You can do that?
I can do that.
But A Chorus Line isn't simply about the race to fame. If it is a proto-reality show, it is a much different reality show than those we have come to know these days.
It's about how fast you can become famous, I think, nowadays. It doesn't matter if you're talented half the time. I mean Paris Hilton.
Charlotte Dambois plays Cassie, an aging leading lady trying just to hang on in the chorus, begging to go backwards. Can you imagine that on American Idol? Trying not to be a star?
It's wanting to be accepted, and it's also wanting to just be with a group and be with a line and join in and be part of something bigger.
All I ever needed was the music and the mirror and the chance to dance.
But do these 1970s themes play to the modern audience? 30 years ago, the testimonials about homosexuality were shocking.
I always knew I was gay.
And 30 years ago, this was a little shocking.
Tits and ass, bought myself a fancy pair, tightened up the derriere.
Right now, it's a period piece, and it wasn't a period piece then.
Who doesn't get plastic surgery these days? So, is A Chorus Line still relevant? Marvin Hamlisch thinks so.
It's almost as if the time has changed and the show has done one of these, and now you're looking at it from this side. And everything has stayed the same, except now you're noticing things that you didn't notice 30 years ago.
Today's audience can look beyond any shock value to see something more.
You're noticing how people are saying, hey, I just got here, give me a chance. You're noticing how people are saying, I just want to do my very best. It's not all about one issue or another issue, and I think that's really important.
Here you have these youngsters up on the stage who are telling the world what they feel so honestly and so straightforward that it's refreshing.
And that's why even after 6,137 performances, America may be ready for a chorus line once more.
It represents every man. I mean, there's the quote in the program by Michael Bennett that says, this show is dedicated to everybody who's ever danced in a chorus or marched in step anywhere. And that's who it is. It's every person out there.
I'm John Berman for Nightline in New York.
But Chorus Line. Chorus Line's now in previews, and it opens officially October 5th. When we come back, the crowds of celebrities making appearances all over Capitol Hill, campaigning with the stars. It's a sign of the times.